guys, Absolute Duelist here, coming at you with a new Yu-Gi-Oh video, and in today's Yu-Gi-Oh video, we're going to be doing the future of Yu-Gi-Oh, a segment on the channel where we look at the decks coming out later in the game, discuss them, talk about them, and see how good they are going to be. And today's future of Yu-Gi-Oh, we're going to be talking about Vanquished Souls, an archetype that's coming alongside the Hangry Hamburger support and the Dinosaur deck in the same set as this, and honestly, I'm curious to see what this deck does, because this was the most interesting looking one to me, just from the aesthetic and how this is essentially some guy infused with magma getting ready to punch the hell out of some characters. So I'm curious to see what it's going to be doing, I'm curious to see how good it's going to be, and Vanquished Souls means that probably a lot of these characters are gonna be things that's actually lost in the past, so maybe we'll see some renditions of other monsters, because when I see this, it looks like a Red Eyes Black Dragon, but in some form of humanoid state. So maybe it's going to be the souls of monsters we've seen throughout the game that have lost in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! So I'm curious to see what we've got here. Let's go ahead and get through it and see what we're gonna have. And yes, I do know his eye is yellow, but it's just cool. It looks cool. So let's find out what we got here. So starting off, we have Vanquished Souls versus Raisin. So it seems that it's Vanquished Soul and it's going to have Raisin, or slash Vanquished Souls is going to have versus and then the actual name of the card. Okay, let's see what it is. So it's a Fire Warrior effect monster, 1800 attack, 1500 defense. And its first effect is, if this card is normal or special summoned, you can add one non-warrior Vanquished Souls monster from your deck to your hand. Okay, so it seems that they're going to have multi-types in this deck, which would make sense if they are all different kinds of monsters. Kind of cool. I do like the art as well, with how it's got like his face in the background and stuff, so it does look kind of cool. And its first effect isn't that bad, being able to just be a generic searcher when it's normal or special summoned. Second effect, you can reveal the appropriate monsters in your hand to activate one of these effects. You can reveal one fire monster. This card cannot be destroyed by card effects this turn. You can reveal one fire and one dark monster, destroy all other monsters in this card's column. Okay, now, I don't have an issue with column-based cards, but as we know in Yu-Gi-Oh, column-based cards have never been good. So I'm currently hoping to see that this is going to be like better than what I'm expecting, because it's a quick effect for starters. So if you do use its effect, you can literally just say, oh, my opponent summoned to the same column, reveal fire and a dark, and destroy the monster in that column. But my issue with this is that your opponent can literally just summon it into another column. So I don't know how I'm going to feel about this, but it seems like there will be a theme where they reveal cards in hand and do column-based effects. So hopefully it'll be a bit different. Maybe it's not all like that, but this first one is a searcher and can also go ahead and destroy multiple monsters in the same column. So put it in the extra monster zones and you'll be able to destroy multiple monsters. So we'll see what else the other cards can do though. So next we've got Panthea. Earth Beast Warrior effect, level 4, 1700 attack, 1900 defense. First effect, if you control no monsters in the monster zone, you can special summon this card from your hand. Okay, so it's a free special summon for a Beast Warrior monster. That is actually pretty good. Like, having the ability to just gain a free special summon means that this could be utilized in many different decks, and is just, in general, a good card to have. It could be used in ranked 4 toolboxes. Like, that's not bad for a first effect. I actually kind of like that. Second effect though, you can reveal the appropriate monsters. Okay, so yeah, all the monsters here are most likely going to have the reveal effect. You've got 2 confirmed of it now. Let's see what this one does. So you can reveal one earth monster. This card cannot be destroyed by battle this turn. You can reveal one fire and one earth monster. Destroy all spells and trap cards in this card's column. Okay, so this one is essentially a free summon and can also destroy spells and trap cards in the column. Now, again, column-based effects are kind of hard to say that they're good, so, you know, I don't think this is going to be absolutely amazing so far, but being a card that can actually just destroy things and also be free summons, that's absolutely great. And the fact that she's a free summon all in all is already really, really good. So if you play Beast Warrior type decks, this card could come in handy a lot for other decks other than its own. But right now, I'm not seeing a lot of good things from this archetype. So let's continue on though. So, ooh, we've got a level 8 monster from, no, level 7 monster from the looks of it. Okay, so this is Heavy Bogger. 2500 attack, 1500 defense. First effect. During the main phase quick effect, you can target one non-machine Vanquish soul monster you control, return it to the hand. If you do, special summon this card from your hand. Okay, that's good. Free special summon, easy to get out. Just have to return another monster to the hand. So if you have Panthea on the board, you special summon her. You go ahead and reveal this. Special summon this by returning her to the hand. Fine, that is good. That is decent. And you can also search him via Rise in here and get the summon that way too. Not bad. What's its reveal effect though? So you reveal one dark monster to draw one card. Okay. It's a big monster that draws a card. Not currently seeing any really good things there. You can reveal one earth and one fire monster, inflict 1500 points of damage to your opponent. I mean, I guess you've got time on the round effects, but overall, this card isn't good. Like, you have to return a monster to special summon him. You have to reveal a dark to just get one draw, and if you reveal two different earth and fire monsters, you get to inflict 1500 points of damage. Like, yes, in theory, this card could technically just remove half your opponent's life points like that, but I don't think that's that good. I just don't see it being that strong. So the next card that we have to look at here is Dr. Madlove, a level 4, 1200 attack, 2000 defense monster, and I'm gonna be honest, I like the artwork on this card. This card looks really, really cool artwork-wise. Like, it has the hammer, the love hammer that Amy Rose basically has, but hers is just more purple instead of pink. She has a giant drill that looks like it's got a donut attached to it, and she's even got a little frog on her shoulder with a heart on the other side of her head. I really like the aesthetic of this card, but aesthetic is one thing. Will this card be good? So let's go ahead and read its first effect. So if this card is normal or special summoned, you can add one Vanquish Soul Spell/Trap Trap from your deck to your hand. Okay, right off the bat, Spell and Trap Searcher. That's pretty good. No complaints there. Having Spell and Trap Searchers is always going to be good in the game because it'll give us extra consistency and allow us to go even further. It's not a free summon, such as cards like Sprite Jet, but it does have that ability to just search Spell and Trap. So pretty good, depending on the spells and traps, could be amazing. But let's go ahead and see what its reveal effects are. So if you reveal one dark monster, you can one face-up monster your opponent controls loses 500 attack/defense. Okay. Not gonna lie, essentially does nothing. Like, yes, you could beat over an opponent's monster a lot easier thanks to this, because the 500 attack is quite a big difference in terms of a lot of monsters, but here, I'm not going to say that's good, because revealing a dark monster, giving your opponent knowledge just to make it so they lose 500 attack and defense? No, I'm sorry. In my book, that isn't that great. And second reveal is one dark and one earth monster. Return one face-up monster on the field with the lowest defense to the hand. Okay. Now, here's a big problem. This card, in theory, is really good. But looking at all of our monsters, if our opponent has anything higher than 1500 defense currently, we're losing our own monsters. So, yes, this effect could be very useful, being able to return an opponent's defense position monster or an opponent's monster with very low defense to the hand, but that doesn't work when you have the lowest defense point monster. So, yeah, great removal card, but revealing a dark and an earth monster to potentially remove one of your own cards, nah, I don't like that. It doesn't target, which is good, but overall, doesn't seem like a good card to me. So, Spell and Trap Search is great, potential removal is decent, but the fact that you could remove your own stuff isn't that great. But we'll have to see what other cards in the Archetype do before we can give this card a proper rating. So, next we have a level 6 with 0 attack and 0 defense. Okay, what's this thing gonna do then? So, first effect, during your opponent's turn, if you control no monsters in your main monster zone, or all monsters you control in the main monster zone are Vanquish Soul monsters, quick effect, you can special this card from your hand. Okay. So it's just a free special summon during your opponent's turn. I don't rate that very highly. What's its second effect which it reveals? So if you reveal a fire monster, this card gains 3k defense. Okay. I mean, I guess that's okay, because it means that you could go ahead and boost your defense to 3k, and then you go ahead and just have the defense points of 3k for the turn, which isn't bad, but it doesn't really do anything outside of that. And its second reveal, reveal 1 dark and 1 earth monster. This card gains 3k attack until the end of the turn. Okay, so essentially I have to wait until my opponent's turn to summon this card. To be able to have it have big attack, I need to reveal a dark and an earth monster. And if I do summon it during my opponent's turn and I don't have a fire monster, it's essentially going to die. Yeah, I'm really not feeling the Vanquish Soul Archetype. It looks so cool, but now I'm just feeling like this is really going downhill. And we've got the boss monster. Please be good. Please be good. I beg. Which is Kaiser Varius. What does Kaiser Varius do? It's a dragon earth monster, 3000 attack, 1500 defense, level 8. First effect. During the main phase, quick effect, you can target one non-dragon Vanquish Soul monster you control, return it to the hand, and if you do, special summon this card from your hand. Okay, free summon. We like the free summons effects, but what does its reveal effects do? Reveal effects. Reveal 1 earth monster. This face-up card is unaffected by your opponent's activated effects this turn. That's not bad. If your opponent attempts to Nibiru you after you summon 5 times, you just get a free protection. That's not bad. Reveal 3 different attributes. Okay, reveal 1 earth, fire, and dark. Destroy 1 card. Konami, listen. This archetype, this monster in particular, looks absolutely insane. And you're telling me, just to destroy one of a card on the field, I have to reveal an earth, a fire, and a dark monster. Am I the only one here who sees a problem with this? Like, yes, it's a quick effect. Yes, you can use it during either player's turn. But my issue is I have to reveal 3 monsters just to destroy a card. Like, this is very, very unfortunate. This archetype could have been so cool and so good, but this archetype is just going down and down and down. It's just getting worse and worse as it goes along. Like, yes, it has some pretty cool cards like Mad Love here. I love the look of Dr. Mad Love. And yes, she searches spells and traps, but we haven't read them yet, so I can't judge that. We've got a free summon in the form of Panthea. We've got Raisin that searches any monster, like, in the deck. Like, it's just, they don't do anything. They don't do enough. You need 2 monsters to at least get the most beneficial part of their effect, and you have to reveal a specific attribute just to get the first one. Like, this archetype is just so disappointing. Like, come on. And like this monster, how are you revealing 3 cards just to destroy 1 card? Like, it just feels so underwhelming. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being a Debbie Downer, I guess, but in general, it just doesn't look good. It doesn't look good to me. So let's continue on. Hopefully we'll see better in like this Link monster that I've spoiled. And yeah, let's continue. So we've got Rock of Vanquisher. So I'm assuming this is the one who vanquished all of these souls up here. Or he's the one who originally, I don't know. I don't know at this point, but like, let's see what it does. So it takes 1 vanquished soul monster to make. It cannot be used as link material. First effect, while you control a vanquished soul monster, your opponent's monsters can only target your monsters with the highest attack for attacks. So essentially they're never going to get to attack this as long as you have another monster. Pretty decent. But what's its actual effect? During the main phase quick effect, you can activate one of these effects to summon 1 vanquished soul monster from your hand. That's pretty good. It means you can just link off one of your vanquished soul monsters, make this, and go ahead and special summon any other vanquished soul monster from your hand. That is pretty good. It also gives you free access into the level 8s and level 7 and level 6, so that is pretty decent. What's its second effect though? Add 1 Vanquish Soul monster from your graveyard to your hand. Okay, I'm going to be honest. This is the best card in the entire archetype for itself right now. This card says I get to recycle my graveyard. This card says I get to free special summon. This is currently the best card in the entire archetype on the basis that it gives you further potential. Sadly, it cannot be used as link material, so you can never use it to go into further plays with link plays, which is a big downside to the card. Honestly, Konami, you should have made this so it could be link summoned. It's a Vanquish Soul monster, and all these other monsters are not that good. But you know what? I'll take what I can get, because currently I'm not seeing a lot here. So free recyclability and free special summons are always good in my book. Now let's go on to the spell cards. So first of all, we have Vanquish Soul Dust Devil. Effect, target 1 Vanquish Soul monster you control, change its battle position, and then you can change face up monsters your opponent controls to face down defense position up to the number of Vanquish Soul monsters you control with different names. So it's a Book of Moon that needs another card to be used. I mean, I'm not gonna diss it. Like, it's a quick play Book of Moon. It's Book of Eclipse, even. So, yeah, take with that as you will. It's a Book of Eclipse that can set a certain number of cards face down. Okay, I'm not too impressed with the first one at least. Second one, quick play spell. Pay 500 points, then target 1 Vanquish Soul monster in your graveyard, either add it to your hand or special summon it. So, I would have to reveal cards to get their effects, and I have to pay life points to summon them back. It's a quick play monster reborn. Okay, it's a quick play monster reborn. A trap card now. Trinity Burst. First effect, target 1 Vanquish Soul monster you control, special summon up to 2 Vanquish Soul monsters from your hand with different names from each other and different original attributes from the targeted monster, but their effects are negated. Also, return to the hand during the end phase. Then you can return all opponent's cards in that targets and the summon monsters columns to the hand. Okay, I'm going to be clear. This card summons 2 different monsters. They can still trigger their effects, which is good. That's not a bad thing. And they return to the hand during the end phase, which isn't great. But they do return up to 2 monsters to the hand. So, honestly, I don't know. Like, the pure fact that you need a trap card that says that you can remove stuff during your opponent's turn, has to summon the monsters from the hand, has to target a Vanquished Soul monster, and everything on top of that can't do anything on its own. Honestly, they should have put just summon from the deck on this card. Like, you're probably thinking, oh, but that'll give them more consistency. They need the consistency. They need to get to these monsters that will allow them to use their effects. They don't have any spell searchers. They need this. Yet they've given them a card that literally says you can special summon up to 2 Vanquish Soul monsters with different names and different attributes from the one you originally targeted from your hand. And actually, no, their effects are negated, so they don't trigger. They return during the end of the turn, so you can't get search effects off Mad Love or whatever this one's name is. It's lost my head for a minute there. Like, let's go ahead and check real quick. What's his name? Raisin. Like, you don't get anything other than just returning all cards in the monster's columns to the hand. Like, you can reveal up to you can put 3 cards back into their hand essentially. You can get rid of 3 cards with this, but you need 2 monsters in your hand. You need to have a monster that you can target, and it doesn't even, it negates their effects and everything. I just don't know, guys. Like, this archetype just keeps getting worse and worse for me. It was such a cool archetype at the start, but now it's just like, why? They have a counter trap. Will the counter trap even be good? I really hope so. Calamity Kaiser. Effect. Oh, and there seems there's another spell. Calamity Kaiser. Effect. When your opponent activates a spell / trap card or monster effect that targets a cards you control, and you control a Vanquished Soul monster. Negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. Then you can inflict damage to your opponent equal to the attack of one Vanquish soul monster you control. Oh my god, like... Guys, this archetype is just so bad. This counter trap was the last saving grace. What was this last spell? It's a tanky. It's irrelevant. Okay. Like, this last trap card could have been something that could have decided if the deck was even worth playing. But it literally says, targets A cards you control. It doesn't even negate everything. It's a target negation. There are so many cards in the game that don't target. And this one stops just targeting. It's bad enough when a boss monster doesn't, like, can negate only a targeting effect. But now they're making counter traps that can only negate targeting effects. And I understand. This card, it inflicts damage. You can inflict up to 300 damage onto your opponent for countering a card. But at the same time, this deck doesn't have anything. This deck doesn't have anything good. It has a couple of cards that can give you consistency. It has a card that can destroy one card by revealing 3 different attributes in your hand. It has no searchability outside of 2 monsters that can only be normal summoned. I feel like I'm reading Raw Rocks 2.0. Except no battle phase needed. Like, I actually feel like this is the worst archetype I have read in a long time. And my problem is, like, it looks so cool. It looks so cool. But they've messed it up. They've done so much problems with it. Like, they could have given this deck so much. And they've made it just awful. Like, they can only destroy things in the same column. They need to reveal 2 different attributes just to destroy a card. This only inflicts damage. It destroys things. Like, it doesn't do a lot. This card, great removal option. Oh, lowest defense monster on the board. God damn it. Like, there's so many problems with this archetype. And this is the biggest one of them all that really, really does annoy me. Having to reveal 3 different attributes just to destroy a single goddamn card is just the biggest kick in the face. Like, honestly guys, in my personal opinion, this archetype just isn't good. It had so much potential in it. It could have been a really, really cool archetype, but it's got no good support. It's got no great cards in it. The reveal effects just are so conditional. Having to reveal 2 monsters is already enough, but then you have to reveal 3 just to get the boss monsters effect. Like, guys, I just can't. I just can't. This archetype has just ruined itself, and it's really, really unfortunate. But guys, that's all I have to say for this future of Yu-Gi-Oh! Tell me your thoughts on the Vanquish Soul archetype in the comment section below. Do you think this archetype is good? Because I honestly don't. And yeah, I guess if you think it's good for you. I just generally cannot look at this archetype and think it's good. Like, how are you telling me your counter trap is a target negation? How? But anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Sorry for being really annoyed, but yeah, they ruined something that I thought looked really, really cool. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Robot1 signing out. Later.